Welcome back, guys.
So on the last episode, we left off on Supergirl and DCU. I wanted to touch base on something that you brought up, Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome. I do not have an emotional attachment to this movie for any reason other than it's a good movie.
Ugh.
Come on, man. You got quotable lines, good music.
Quotable lines. Good music.
Who runs Bartertown?
Oh,
Master Blaster.
No. I think you're alone on that one. Seriously, I understand.
No.
Just admit it. You're a Tina Turner fan. You don't need another hero, right? That's the song.
People in the comment section, back me up on this. Put this fool on check.
They're not. I promise you.
I bet you they will.
Hey, shut up.
Let's transition to them.
Yeah,
Let's get into it.
So
we got Spider-Man: Brand New Day.
Yeah.
A new director, Destin Daniel Cretton.
Okay.
The last trilogy was directed by John Watts. What did you think of the last trilogy before we get into Brand New Day?
So my favorite movie out of the three, because it's a nostalgic moment, was the last one where you got to see the Andrew Garfield. You know, you got to see the first Spider-Man, and you got to see, Doc Ock. You got to see Green Goblin. So that was my favorite. Like Homecoming. So this is the thing, right? Like what I say with DC, like you have the villains that suck. Marvel has hit on some of the villains. I don't want to say all of them. Thanos, obviously, great villain.
Number one.
Yeah, great villain. Killmonger you didn't like, but at least he was a good villain for the Black Panther.
I'll acknowledge that.
Right? The Black Panther. Iron Man, people like Iron Man 1, but those movies didn't have a good villain. Thor had the privilege of having Loki as a villain and also like, okay, we're going to get through this together. And Hela was a good villain.
Yes, she was.
She was a good villain. So at least you hit one.
Thor Ragnarok is my second favorite Marvel movie.
Out of 4 movies, you hit at least one because the first one was an introduction. I'll give you a pass. The second one of Thor was you guys can skip that if you've never seen it. And then Thor Ragnarok came and you gave Thor more light. And then you had the Hulk. The first movie, which doesn't really matter because
I love that movie.
I thought that movie was great. That was when we actually got to see the Hulk, like
be the Hulk.
Like he took out this guy standing in front of him, he just kicked him, and then he became the villain.
Oh, you mean Abomination?
And they reused him in She-Hulk. They reused character in She-Hulk.
Let's not mention She-Hulk.
I know, but they reused that guy and they reused that villain in She-Hulk. She-Hulk was whatever, right? It was a TV series, so I'm not gonna. It wasn't a movie. It was cool when you had the She-Hulk and Hulk like training together, and she was outdoing him. Perfect, but at least you had villains. Fantastic Four, I'm not gonna talk about because that movie was. I thought that movie was trash. Did you like it?
I liked Fantastic Four.
I didn't like it.
And I know you didn't like it, but I like...
you gave birth in
what's the name of that movie before Fantastic Four? I can't even think of the name.
Oh, Thunderbolts?
Thunderbolts.
I did not like Thunderbolts.
I love Thunderbolts. I've seen that movie like 3 times. You guys did
Taskmaster so bad in 2 movies. You put her in Black Widow. It's a her, but you put Taskmaster in Black Widow, and you kind of killed that character. And then said, you know what? Let's put her in Thunderbolts and really kill that character. And then we're going to put... Sentry in it's like great villain, and then it's like, hey, we're gonna go in your head and I'm your best friend or we're here together, and that's the end of the movie. Like I did not like Thunderbolts. I like her Florence playing the new Black Widow. I think everybody can agree with that. I think she was good in the Hawkeye TV series too.
I agree.
She was okay in Black Widow, but for what it was. I know you really like. What's his name? The Russian Captain America.
Red Guardian.
Red Guardian, I know. I
love Red Guardian. He's hilarious.
The problem with Red Guardian is he falls into that Drax category for me. Drax the Destroyer, which your name is Drax the Destroyer, but you're the comedic side. Like in Last Action Heroes, remember where he was riding the ET bike and he says, "Oh, I'm just the comedic whatever." Like he thought he was gonna have prop armor and not die. That's what it was. It's getting like, okay, you're getting to be like your only character. You're only funny now. You're not like you're not the Red Guardian. Like you're now like instead of being number 2 or number 3 in that team, you're the last one. Like
You're just the comedic relief.
Exactly. You're just the jester of the group. You're not like when we need you, you're there, right? And it should be because he's the only one from that group that has the super serum.
What's his name?
Not the new
U.S. hero or whatever his name is.
The Captain America guy?
The other Captain America.
I'm sorry. Yeah. Buck.
U.S. agent.
U.S. agent. But he doesn't have the serum, does he?
He does.
He got it in Captain America.
He got it.
Oh,
Remember,
he got it.
He
That's
went
right.
crazy.
That's right. Yep, he did get it. And Bucky. And Bucky has it.
And Bucky has it.
Yeah. So, but
Sam doesn't have it, which is we're gonna get into that eventually.
Oh yeah. We don't even have to talk about that movie. Oh, the Red Hulk was, I guess, more hulky. But anyways, so we have Marvel that has at least villains, which I think they were missing in these movies that came in between. They didn't have good villains. So that's why they said, go back to the drawing board. Let's bring Robert Downey Jr. back.
So speaking of that, did you like Shang-Chi?
Shang-Chi. Gotta get his name correct. I mean, I guess it's Chun-Chi or Shang-Chi, whatever it is. I thought that movie was good.
Same director, Spider-Man Brand New Day.
So the only thing I don't like is, why do we keep bringing back the guy who played Mandarin, right? Like, he played the Mandarin in 3, and he's the actor. They brought him back in that as a comedic thing. They even brought him back in Wonder Man, but that's just nitpicking. But yeah, that movie was good. So that's good news, right? I actually like Shang-Chi, so the fighting in it was cool. So I have high hopes. The end. Yeah, I mean, you can't end all these movies great all the time, right? So it's for what it was. I felt like what they were doing was, who cares about the ending? We got to show the post-credit scenes, right? We got to show what happens to the I forget what they're called. The
10 Rings?
Not the 10 Rings, but whatever the army's called, right? So they showed them, and then they showed the rings have a beacon, which I don't think we're going to get to anymore because...
They kind of got into that with...
Kang...
The Marvels.
Don't even mention the Marvels movie. Marvel's another terrible movie.
Yeah, I don't really want to... Hold on, wait a minute. So you don't like Supergirl, you don't like Wonder Woman, you don't like the Marvels. Do you hate female superheroes? What's up with that?
No, it has nothing to do with that. I knew this whole Tina Turner thing. I knew you were going to mention something later on, and now you're attacking me that I don't like superhero women movies. Wonder Woman was Gal Gadot. Supergirl, trash story. I liked Kate Bishop. I mean, she played a good role in the Hawkeye series. You like the Black Widow movie?
I did like the Black Widow movie for what it was.
I mean, she was already dead, so I mean, cool. You're showing a prequel after you've done 10 movies, Marvel movies that led up to her death, and then you're gonna, I like Scarlett Johansson. She was a good Black Widow. I mean, I felt like she deserved a little bit better than that.
Florence Pugh is hotter.
I mean, she's younger, but that's up for debate. But anyway, so they've hit home runs. They've bunted. They've hit a lot of flyouts.
Another Marvel.
Huh?
To have that many movies and have so many of them be good.
Yeah.
No, I don't think anybody else will ever be able to do that. It's crazy.
Sony tried and failed miserably.
All of them?
I didn't like any of them. I know.
Like the first one.
I didn't. I mean, it's
a different Venom.
It's a different Venom, but it's not. They screwed up Venom from Topher Grace from that '70s show to whatever. The best Venom has been like the ones in the animated series. I get it. You had Tom Hardy as Venom, but like I said, Marvel has its own. It's got two different things going. It's got the ones that are owned by Sony, which they totally ruined, so they're going to stop that. The only thing that they ever did good was the Spider-Man and Across the Spider-Verse. Those we don't have to talk about because those are peak movies. Those are all, both of them, great. I went in there with the first one, low expectations, and then all of a sudden, like, oh my God, this is actually pretty good. And then the second one came out and I was like, damn, this is what we need. And that's why, the Spider-Man, you had the first ones, the first trilogy, which I thought the first two were good for what they were. And then you had the third one, which Topher Grace and that horrible. And then you had the Andrew Garfield ones, which were...
The first Andrew Garfield one was good.
The second one was horrible because the villains, again...
The Amazing Spider-Man.
The Amazing Spider-Man. The only good thing about that was the ending scene where, Gwen Stacy dies. I was like, I'm pretty sure everybody had a moment there. But that was horrible. So that ended... Rhino at the... Oh, that was horrible.
That shit is fucking trash, dog. Get the fuck off the airwaves.
Well, you notice that all their good movies or all their great movies have been like collabs with all of the characters. Like Winter Soldier, top 5. Thor Ragnarok, you had all those characters collab. Hulk, Thor, Loki, and then you introduced a new character. That's
Civil
top
War.
5. In Avengers Endgame, Civil War. Civil War for me is not really top 5, but you introduce a bunch of characters.
You don't like Civil War?
No,
really?
It's not top 5 for me. It's
Okay.
not top 5. We'll go into rankings later. It's not top 5, but you had that. You have Infinity War. And then the standalone movies that are just pure standalone movies. The only one that's really had that, and it's not really like it's Marvel with Sony, has been Spider-Man. With Spider-Man, actually you had Nick Fury in the second one, and then the third one you had the collab. So yeah, there hasn't really been. I guess the only one that really had standalone was Iron Man, Thor, the first two, and the fourth one, which we don't have to talk about either.
And Captain Marvel, but we don't need to get into that.
Captain Marvel had Nick Fury in the first one, and the second one she did have collabs. But anyways, all the good movies have. There hasn't been like nobody really says like First Avenger was the best movie. Nobody really says Thor 1 was the best movie. Some people put Iron Man 1 as the first movie because it's the first movie in the Marvel universe. So I get it, but yeah, all the movies have been like a mixture of characters, right? So this one, Brand New Day, has Punisher, which we haven't seen in the Marvel universe. We've seen him in other crappier movies back in the day when they were standalone movies. I mean, even Dolph Lundgren was the Punisher. Do you remember that?
Mm-hmm.
That's probably one of the first movies that I remember that was Marvel.
And we got Angry Hulk back in Brand New Day.
Yes.
I'm so happy.
Careful.
Hulk is my favorite character.
Listen, careful though, because he's in it. I think that's not fake, right? But this trailer has shown enough. I think it's shown enough where we can't really guess what the premise is or who the villain is or what is Sadie Sink's character.
Well, let's go into that.
Is she Jean Grey? Is she somebody else?
Let's give our thoughts and opinions, and then once we see the movie, we can be like, hey, our prediction was right, or we were totally wrong. It didn't go that way.
So there is a lot of things going on here.
Do you think Daredevil's in the movie?
I don't think so. I think Daredevil, the reason I don't think Daredevil, I know a lot of people are thinking Daredevil's in the movie, but that kind of takes the light away from Punisher, right? I know the Hand, I guess that's the Hand that he's going to be fighting.
That's what I'm thinking.
In the movie, and news has come out that Elektra's coming back in season 3. Does that necessarily mean that the Hand's coming back? Maybe. Yeah, that makes sense. But that might be to throw you off, right? I think once you have Punisher, if you put the Daredevil in, you might kind of take away from what he's contributing.
Okay.
Right? He could be in it, but you have a lot of things going on. You have Sadie Sink's character. You have the Hulk in it. That's going to be almost like like the lizard. Like remember when like I'm mutating. You're the smart guy. What's going on with me as Peter Parker? What's going on with? Am I mutating? What's going on with my body? You have the Punisher that they've really only shown him like shoot stuff up, which is fine.
Yeah, what is he going to be doing in this movie?
Is he fighting the Hand? Is he going to be there helping Spider-Man? We know that he's protecting MJ, right? That's what her nickname is, but he's protecting her because in the trailer he's like, I need you to do me this solid. So we know that part, but that's pretty much it. And we know that something's happening with him, right? He's shooting webs out of his hands or his arms now.
Do you think we're going to get Man Spider? Like full-on Man Spider where he has the 4 hands, he turns into the Beast, or do you think it's just
could be. I mean, he does have, in the trailer, his eyes do turn solid black. So that there's a possibility. I
remember that from the animated series.
Yes,
and
yes.
I love that.
Yeah, and that's what I was saying. Where the lizard professor, the professor was going to help him with, like he was seeking help from the mutation. Why is he mutating? I don't know. If he turns into the Spider, is it Punisher gonna like shoot him with an antidote? There's so much going. There's
a lot in this movie.
There's so much going on in this trailer, but these are the trailers that I love. I hate trailers that give everything away. This one shows you so much that it doesn't show you enough.
Yeah.
Right? You get the comic book stills, like you see Scorpion. Could it be that Scorpion hits him in the beginning of the movie with like the venom and that's why his body's mutating and we don't see Scorpion like that? Right? Could it be something like a side effect? We haven't seen Tombstone. Tombstone is a great character, but what is his role? Is he working with the Hand? Is Punisher going to be after him? That part, like I said, they've shown enough in that 2-minute trailer or 1 minute, whatever it is. They've shown a lot or enough where it keeps you like guessing, right? Like, oh, I've heard Jean Grey. I've heard the daughter of Jean Grey and Cyclops we don't really know that. Like a lot of people don't know that character, but does it really make sense? We're going to introduce the X-Men, but we're going to introduce them, the old X-Men or that universe in the Doomsday movie, and we know Sadie Sink's character is going to be in it. Could she be a different character that nobody even knows?
I don't know if she's Jean Grey.
Could she even be
know.
Could she even be the villain? Could she just be Mary Jane from another universe?
Maybe. That is a good prediction. I like that.
Or she somebody sent from Doom. Like, we don't know that, right? So that's I don't know where this movie's going, but I like, from what I've seen, I like the fact that I don't know. I like the fact that you've kept it hidden so much that when I go to the movie, when it happens, whether it's good or bad, it's gonna be like, oh dang, I didn't see that coming. I didn't see that coming, and that's my hopes for Brand New Day. That it's gonna be, like Homecoming. You had Michael Keaton, right? You brought him as the villain. We knew he was the villain. He was the big name in that movie, right? You had Iron Man in it too. That was the big name. In Spider-Man 2, you had Nick Fury in the movie. You had Jake Gyllenhaal as Mysterio. That's the villain. We knew, even though they were hiding it, we knew that the Spider-Mans were going to be in there. We knew that they were.
Definitely.
We knew that. We knew Electro was going to be in it. We knew they showed it. Green Goblin. They showed the little pumpkin in the trailer. They showed Doc Ock. They showed the Lizard. They showed everything except the Spider-Man. In this movie, we don't know who the villain is.
So that's what I'm saying. In the trailer, I don't know if you remember the trailer from No Way Home. They did AI and take out the other Spider-Man in that scene.
But we knew.
Are they doing that with Daredevil?
They could be, but the thing is, those are the superheroes. Those are the heroes. They've never, in the trailer, we knew who the villains were. We don't know. Who's the villain? What movie every movie that you've seen,
think it's Scorpion? I mean, I don't know.
Scorpion is Tombstone, and Scorpion is a villain, but they're not the main villain. There's no way they're the main villain. The Hand is a villain, but who is the one controlling them? Is it Sadie Sink? We don't know who, if it's her, and if it is, what is her character?
All right, so I got 3 theories I want to run past you. First one, you know that scene when they're in the prison, or where Spider-Man's in the prison? I think he's in that prison with the Punisher. And I think they're there to break out Daredevil or rescue Daredevil from being attacked.
Okay.
My other theory is I think the Hulk is fighting Daredevil, the Punisher, and Spider-Man. And the Punisher and Daredevil are trying to keep the Hulk busy so that Spider-Man can get that wristband back on him. The one that he's like, oh, if you see me without this, run away. Okay. But I think Tom Holland Spider-Man, altered it a little bit so that he can't be mind controlled anymore. So when they get it back on him, he'll be able to control the Hulk again. He won't be crazy Hulk.
So basically what you're saying is you hope Daredevil is in this movie. But go ahead. What is your third theory?
So my third theory is that Jean Grey has just developed her skills, her powers, but she's not in control of them yet. So someone's controlling her and she's controlling everybody else, and they're using her to control all these people. You know how you see when the Hulk's out, he's all angry and stuff. Someone's controlling him when he does that. And then Peter Parker's walking down the street and someone says to him, oh, Mary Jane's in trouble, or I'm going to go get her. And then the other thing in the new trailer, you see the Scorpion. He's like, oh, you think I'm the Scorpion? I think that's somebody controlling the Scorpion, and that's why he's saying that. And that person, whoever it is the main bad guy, and they're controlling Jean Grey.
So you're basically saying that somebody's using mind control to mind control a mind controller to control everybody else's mind.
Me? I know who I am. I'm a dude playing a dude disguised as another dude.
That's what it sounds like. Why would they need to control her mind to control somebody else's mind
because maybe they're not as powerful as she is.
They're controlling They're controlling a mutant.
Jean Grey, that's what I was looking for.
So they're controlling a mutant that's more powerful than all the other people on the street.
But my theory is that she doesn't know how to control it yet.
So somebody's
controlling her. Or maybe he's manipulating her some way because she's young, you know what I mean? So, and I think that's what's going to help lead into
let's just hope
Xavier developing the school for the X-Men.
Let's just hope that the first 2 theories of Daredevil are in it, and I don't know about that last one. That would be that would be way too much, right? They showed a lot already in the trailers, and if you're adding another villain on top of another villain, then you might be
Well, what about
Overcro-
Doom? Maybe Doom's controlling her somehow.
I don't think he's going to be in this movie, but
Well, maybe they don't show him into a post-credit, and that's when you realize, oh, it's Doom controlling her.
No, that's too much.
I am worried about a Spider-Man 3 situation maybe happening here.
I didn't mind it because I think they did a good job with Spider-Man 3. I know you needed Doctor Strange in there.
No. Tobey Maguire Spider-Man.
No. I don't think we're ever going to go into that again because the problem with Spider-Man 3 wasn't it was overstuffed. It was you casted that 70s show guy as Venom. That was not you couldn't convince me. Tom Hardy as Venom, convincing.
Yeah,
right? Convincing. I see him as Brock. Topher Grace? No. He could have been Chameleon.
I recently watched that movie and I realized, wait a minute. The Venom doesn't even talk in the movie.
No, he doesn't have a tongue. You're talking about the Spider-Man 3.
The Spider-Man 3.
Yeah, he doesn't have a tongue.
Like, I don't know why, for some reason, I thought he did, and I watched the movie with my daughter, because we watched all 3 of those, and I'm like, oh my god, he doesn't talk.
You only have to watch 1 and 2, and 2 had the best fight scene ever with Spider-Man and Doc Ock.
Well, she's watching it for the first time. I'm watching.
But, yeah, no, that movie wasn't even overstuffed, because if you think of all the other Marvel movies, we've had more Marvel characters in other movies. Civil War, Endgame, obviously Spider-Man is the main guy here, but I don't think if you make the story good, if you have a good script and your villain is just as good as the script, it doesn't have to be Joker Dark Knight level, right? It doesn't have to be that. But if you have a villain that keeps, like, it's almost like the problem that all these DC movies have where it's like, okay, the villain's gone, you're never going to talk about them again. But when the villain's good, you talk about Heath Ledger, you talk about Kingpin in the Daredevil series, you talk about Thanos even though he's been gone. Those are the guys that it's like, we know who Captain America is, we know who Iron Man is, but we're talking about the villains. People still talk about we should bring Killmonger back, and they brought him back in the What If series.
That's right.
He was like one of the main. He took the.
I do like the What If series.
Yeah, they brought him back, and they brought him back in. That's how, like, he was on that level that it was almost like him and Ultron, like, were going at it, like that type of, like Ultron was a good. James Spader was casted good, but the script there was
not great.
Not
they
great.
Didn't use him right.
They didn't use him right. So that's the thing. You have to. I know the focus is the heroes, but you have to focus on the villains as well. That's a big thing. But I have high hopes for this. If this movie kills it, then we're good. Like, we're eating. Then we can be like, Doomsday's coming up. It's going to get better.
How do you think it's going to affect the MCU going forward? Spider-Man Brand New Day. Do you think there's going to be any repercussions from Spider-Man Brand New Day that lead into Doomsday? Or do you think Spider-Man Brand New Day is going to be just making his own thing and that's it?
Well, they're going to take the Sadie Sink character and put her in Doomsday. I don't think they're putting Spider-Man in Doom.
I don't think he is in it.
He's not in it, but he might be in Secret Wars. So I don't think this movie is going to affect what's going on with them. And remember, everybody forgot who Peter Parker is. I know they know who Spider-Man is, but the characters that we're seeing here, I don't even know if the Hulk's I don't think the Hulk's in Doomsday. I don't think Mark
Ruffalo. I don't remember.
No, I don't think so.
I sat through Chair Watch.
Maybe he was.
Man, that was so long ago.
But they've kept him hidden. Like, I haven't seen that. He's done a couple of movies. He gives away all the plots every time he does an interview. So they've kept him away. They're like, you're gonna be CGI. We're not even gonna. You're gonna read these lines and you're gonna stay away. So he might be in it, but yeah, Spider-Man's not in it.
I would love to see the Hulk in it. Rage Hulk. I don't want any more Professor Hulk.
Yeah.
I don't want any more. Oh, I'm not hulking out because I'm scared. I really hated that.
That was not good.
It's the only thing in Endgame that I didn't like because, like, again, the Hulk is my favorite character. I want to see him be the Hulk.
Yeah, we had high hopes. Avengers 1 was the one that used the Hulk the best, besides the movie, right? He had like the Rage Hulk, but Avengers, the first one, you got to see him like when he fought against Thor, and then again in Ragnarok when he fought against Thor. But he wasn't like the Rage Hulk. He was just like I'm the strong Hulk, and Thor beat him technically, right? And then after that, after he got beat up by Thanos so easily, it was like, all right, this character's done. Now it's the scientist Hulk, right? The
Professor Hulk.
Professor Hulk, and it's like, all right, cool. are you ever gonna get angry again, or is this you?
And I did like that they had that line in the trailer. He was like, I didn't know you get that big. And I was like, wait a minute, how did he not know that? He was Professor Hulk. And I didn't realize Professor Hulk is smaller than Rage Hulk.
Yeah.
It's about a foot difference, I think. As Professor Hulk, he's like 7 foot, they say. And then as Rage Hulk, he's 8 foot.
Yeah, that's going to be a big scene because you already had Captain America fight Red Hulk. And that, honestly, Red Hulk jumping from like the White House all the way to the monument, you know, it almost reminded me of the bad Hulk movie, the one with, what was the director that did Mission Impossible 2? I think
that movie's horrendous too.
I forget. Yeah, but remember, at least in that movie, like when he jumped, he was like, okay, I'm in the Sahara Desert and now I'm like in New York.
In the city.
You know, right? Like
it was ridiculous.
It was like ridiculous jumping. But yeah, I don't know how he takes him down. And we got 2 seconds of Rage Hulk. You didn't like this movie, guys. He liked Supergirl, but he didn't like Deadpool and Wolverine. You thought Supergirl was better than Deadpool and Wolverine?
No.
Okay, because I'm just saying.
That out there.
I'm just saying. Like I know you wanted. Like I know you had bigger hopes. I thought it was a great movie. You know, I know the script was whatever, but I just wanted to see where you stood with Supergirl and Deadpool and Wolverine. If you were to, yeah, smash. That's what I would have done to you if you would have told me that Supergirl was a better movie than Deadpool versus. But you got to see the Hulk smack the crap out of Deadpool when he's like, "Oh, isn't this where you fight the Hulk?" And then you see like the blades come out of Wolverine, and then he just smacks him into that. 2 seconds of it, but that was like I'm like, where's that Hulk? That's the Hulk.
That's the
I'm
Hulk
hoping that we see. So yeah, so I know we went into a lot today. We went from the DCEU universe and kind of transitioned or welcomed in sort of the James Gunn universe, DCU. We touched on that. Remember, guys, there's that Nightfall. I think it's 3-part animated Batman series that's coming out. If you guys have never read the book or don't know what it's about, if you want to see Batman, where they got the story of where Bane breaks his back, and then you also get to see Azrael is another version of Batman, where he has like this, like it's a weaponized, it's like one of the best suits that they've ever done for Batman. I don't know if they're going to show it in this. I know in the comics he had it, but this goes into the Tim Drake, that storyline where he's Robin and Jason Todd is in it too. But yeah, definitely check that out.
When is that coming out?
I think that this month. I think they're releasing it on DVD or streaming this month. So definitely check that out. So that's coming out, and then like I said, we touched on that, and also we got Marvel end of the month. Hoping that we're gonna probably do an episode talking more about the Marvel universe. Spider-Man, we're also going to do another episode where after our reactions of Spider-Man.
Definitely going to have a reaction episode.
Hopefully if you listen to that episode, you already seen Spider-Man, because I don't know if I'm going to be able to keep my mouth shut on what happens. You know, I might just reveal who the villain is. Maybe it's Mephisto. No, it's not. Definitely not. Definitely not.
We're definitely going to have a spoiler.
We don't need to see Borat.
Episode of Spider-Man Brand New Day after it comes out.
Yeah, and we're definitely going to do rankings. We're also going to talk about older movies. You know, we're going to talk about one of the best movies, comic book movies ever, Blade. Right? That's one of my favorites. You know, my line. You know, that motherfucker's always trying to skate uphill. You know, you can't. That's what Lobo was missing. Right? He didn't say a line. Blade at least had that line, and he said it in Deadpool versus Wolverine, and was like, "That's Blade." So,
breaking news!
In movie news today, the Michael Jackson biopic has officially passed $1 billion globally.
Isn't that close to what Finding Neverland made?
It's classified. I could tell you, but then I'd have to kill you.
A coalition of 12 states, led by California, have filed an antitrust lawsuit blocking the merger between Paramount Skydance and Warner Brothers Discovery, defying the U.S. Justice Department's approval of the deal back in June 2026. Look, I know everybody's making a big deal about this, but to be honest, All this is going to do is slow it down. 12 states, that's nothing. I'm sorry, guys. This is gonna happen whether we like it or not.
Come on.
So get ready. Marvel Studios has officially announced that they're coming back to Hall H for Comic-Con 2026. All right. I wonder what we're going to see. Jonathan, do you have any speculations?
Yeah, Marvel's so desperate they might bring Josh Brolin back as another Black Widow.
Black Widow?
I mean, they're bringing everybody back. You have Robert Downey Jr. as Doom. You have Captain America's back. I mean, they might as well just bring Edward Norton Jr. and put him in this. Who else is missing from Marvel back in the day?
You know what? I wouldn't mind seeing Edward Norton's Hulk back in this.
Yeah, we need some kind of Hulk. Spider-Man's going to do it for us, hopefully. But yeah, I don't know. They're probably going to show maybe some more characters that we haven't seen or that they took off the trailer that are clearly there. But yeah, it'd be interesting to see with after Spider-Man what they show.
Daredevil. I'm telling you, he's in it.
No, I don't know. Maybe, but he's got the TV, the TV universe, because there's really nothing going on that besides what's coming out. White Vision. What else?
Yeah, Vision Quest.
Yeah, but he's not going to be in the movie anymore. He's still trying to figure out who he is. It'd be interesting if he did come in the movie. Maybe that's one character nobody's talked about since pretty much the end of WandaVision.
Vision Quest comes out soon.
Yeah. Well, how soon is it? That's next year, right?
No, it's this year.
Yeah? Look it up.
Release date is October 14, 2026.
Oh man, that's sooner than I thought. They haven't really said anything. I mean, I know they gave a release date.
Terry Matalas, who did the last season of Picard, which I actually liked. I know you're not into Star Trek.
Yeah, anything that has Star in it, I'm not a fan of. We'll talk about that. Star Wars, Star Trek. I mean, the only thing that has Star in it that was pretty good was Starship Troopers, but that's a discussion for another day.
God, I've never seen Stargate. Check out Stargate.
I can't, man. I can't take that. I mean, who did you have? Kurt Russell and the guy with the glasses. Who was that?
No, not the movie, the show.
Oh no, I'm not watching the show. No. If it was on like UPN, CW, or one of those back in the day,
it was on the Sci-Fi Channel.
Yeah, even worse.
No, you're crazy. It was good.
There's only a couple good sci-fi movies, and one of them is Aliens. The other one is anything with with Arnold, and I'll give you The Matrix. But yeah, I don't think I'll ever watch Stargate. But anyways, what else is going on?
Adam Driver has been cast as Magneto for the upcoming studio's X-Men reboot. This is a rumor. It's not confirmed. I kind of like that casting.
Yeah, I don't mind it. I mean, I've heard other rumors, Mr. Sinister. I mean, another one was Stryker. But I saw one of the interviews where they asked Kevin Feige about a couple things, and one of them was, Kylo Ren. Is he going to play anything? And he laughed and said, they always ask him. They have interviews and they always ask him, and he always says no. So, it could be true that he always says no, but maybe he does one of these characters. That would be cool.
I like him for Mr. Sinister or Magneto. I think that's good. I'm not sure about Stryker. I think he's too young
to play
Stryker.
Yeah, I think he needs to be Sinister. The reason for that is we've already had two Magnetos. Stryker, we've had the old Stryker, we've had the young Stryker. We haven't seen Mr. Sinister yet. That would probably be cool. And, if one of those theories with Sadie Sink being Jean Grey and you're introducing, mutants, Mr. Sinister would probably go hand in hand with that.
DC Studios announced that they will have a big presentation at Comic-Con this year.
I mean, where are they going to show Batman delayed till, what is it delayed till now?
February 2028.
Oh, okay.
Bullshit!
Pretty much, right? I mean, it seems like they're either going to release this movie when James Gunn gets canned, or they're not going to find a new Batman and just say, you know what, let's just put him in this universe.
Well, the funny thing is, this movie is supposed to take place in year 2. I don't know how they're going to do that now, because it's been 6 years. And Robert Pattinson is now 40.
Yeah, I mean, the age thing doesn't really bother me, because all the superheroes, if you look at them, they're all, Robert Downey Jr. was 93.
You made a big deal about Ben Affleck being old.
Yeah, but he was almost 60. And when you're married to J-Lo twice, that takes a toll on your body. But, I don't mind the 40 part. I get the year 2.
They're going to have to change that. That's not going to work.
Who knows?
By the time they make Batman 3, he's going to be like 60.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I'm kind of tired of the multiple Batman movies. Just have one Batman and let's make him fight the Predator. I'm tired of him fighting Two-Face and these characters that we know he's going to beat.
In other news, Moana sank at the box office and could lose the studio $125 million.
You're welcome.
I really like this movie. I told you it won me over in my review. However,
I wasn't impressed. It was the same movie except you basically just made live action characters say the same exact thing. You didn't need this movie. It lost all that money. Enough said.
Yeah, I guess people agree with you and not with me.
I mean, they're smart.
Sure. In other news, Christopher Nolan's The Odyssey debuted at $264 million globally. Nice job, Christopher Nolan.
I mean, yeah, surprise, surprise, right? This guy, him and Martin Scorsese are like one of those that whenever they put a movie out, doesn't matter what it is, people just have to watch it.
Even if you really don't like it.
Well, I mean, you gave it a 7 point something, so it's not like you didn't like it.
It's beautiful, but the movie sometimes was just way too long. And the most exciting news I leave for last. Paramount has inked a deal with the estate of Wes Craven to revive the Nightmare on Elm Street franchise and will release it via their new launch Paramount Prime label. All right, guys, let me give you some background when it comes into Nightmare on Elm Street and myself. If you don't know this, I am a huge Nightmare on Elm Street fan. I love Nightmare on Elm Street. I own a DVD set signed by Robert Englund. It's a box set with all the movies, has a bunch of extras, even includes Wes Craven's New Nightmare. In 2010, they came out with a reboot to Nightmare on Elm Street, starring Jackie Earle Hurley. I really like this version of the movie. It's the one that had those micro dreams. Now, when you really think about it, this is kind of scary. Because if you go without sleep for a long time, sometimes you nod off and you're like, oh, what happened? So imagine that in a world where a man can kill you in your dream. Yeah, that's scary. The problem with that movie was they turned Freddy from being a child killer to being a child molester.
Yeah, I don't get the point of turning him to a pedo. Like you said, it looked like he was the victim and then started gaining ground and all of a sudden it's like, nope, he's been a shithead the whole time. But worse, he likes to do things to little children, so they lost me there on that movie.
What's with kids today, huh? No respect.
As of today, one of the new casting rumors for Freddy is my favorite, Jamie Bauer. Now, if you know that name, he's 37. He played Vecna in Stranger Things. Connected to Stranger Things, the Duffer Brothers signed a deal with Paramount in 2026. Could the Duffer Brothers be the one handling the Nightmare on Elm Street series starring Jamie Bauer? Other directors that could be possibly connected to this is the director and writer Kevin Williamson. He helped write the original Scream movie with Wes Craven. Unfortunately, Kevin also wrote Scream 7. Yuck.
Daddy, chill.
I'm sorry, guys. I didn't like this movie. No shade to any of the people that were involved in it, but this movie to me was not great. It made a lot of money, but I didn't like it. I really liked Scream 5 and 6. They're way better movies, way more entertaining. I really think we need to bring the Carpenter sisters back. I actually think having Neve Campbell die off in Scream 8 and letting the series continue with the Carpenter sisters would work. Bring back Jenna Ortega. Bring back Melissa Barrera. Now, I know there was a lot of drama with Melissa Barrera. She said things that people didn't like. Guess what?
Oh my God, who the hell cares?
That wraps up this week's movie news. We'll keep you updated on more information as it becomes available for the stories we covered and more stories to come. Thank you for listening, and we'll see you on the next episode of Last Action Heroes.
Sorry, what did I miss?
Subscribe and listen to us on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you enjoy your favorite podcast.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Stay connected with us on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok for behind-the-scenes content, clips, and more.
Don't forget to rate and review, and leave a comment of any topics you would like us to talk about in the future. If we select your comment, we'll shout you out in the next episode.
John, hit that outro music.